How accurately do romance movies portray the experience of flying in a glider? Gliding sure is a beautiful sport, and in Hollywood it appears to be the go-to activity for rich, charming men organising a memorable date. But a dose of reality is needed, so I'll show you there's plenty of less than romantic elements of engineless flight that the movies never show. Let's start with 50 Shades of Grey. Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele going from getting freaky to getting airborne.
Hey, I'll be your co-pilot.
How do you do?
And ooh la la, they're in a DG 1001. I also love flying this type of high-performance German glider.
It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
So 50 Shades of Grey is looking realistic until...
Hold on tight.
Hold on tight? Christian, the passenger should be strapped in already. If you say hold on tight, someone who is new to gliding may think they're about to fall out of the glider, and then they might tightly grab the stick, the air brake, or worse, the emergency canopy release. And it looks like visual flight rules have become visual flight suggestions. The lovers appear to be inverted inside a cloud, which is a quick way to confuse your senses between up and down, so you end up terrified, hurtling towards a mountain. But aerobatics are cooler than gently poodling around the sky. Possibly less romantic though if you make a passenger so airsick they spew inside your immaculate $250,000 glider. Remarkably, they have made it back to Earth safely, and Christian wants to show Anna his playroom. But sorry, surprise Anna, it's actually just a hangar full of gliding trophies. Now you're trapped with him, talking at you about his gliding record flights and mansplaining aircraft physics. Christian's like, hey Anna, now for the really romantic part of gliding, where we have to grab a sponge each and wipe all the dead bugs off that end up smeared along a glider's wings like insect Vegemite. A behind-the-scenes documentary with the film's crew actually gives a good insight into the making of this scene.
When the glider first took off, it was amazing. Women, they love a sexy car, they love a sexy helicopter, and the glider, and that's what I think is a big part of the attraction to Christian Grey.
Sadly, the actors never got to fly. Instead, it appears a beautiful glider was chopped in half, and then the actors just sat in front of a green screen being rotated like rotisserie chickens. So in summary, some beautiful aerial shots of a very pretty glider, but some dumb conversation and even dumber flying. I'd give this scene a 6 out of 10. Now let's hit a high with the original Thomas Crown Affair released in 1968, a Schweizer glider soaring over New Hampshire.
Never ending or beginning on a never spinning reel.
Oof, punching it between trees and pulling up with the thinnest of margins for error. Not quite your regulation landing circuit, but Thomas Crown don't care, he can fly how he pleases. He's a rich genius who pulls off bank heists. And Steve McQueen making gliding cool again as he rolls to a stop.
I wish he wouldn't always undershoot the field like that.
Why?
Oh, come on, Tommy.
Well, it'd end all my worries.
Oh, buddy, you should see a therapist. And this is what the cockpit of a Schweizer 123 looks like. And it would have been so cool to be the owner of this actual now famous glider. Sadly, gliding forums reckon it kept flying until 2013, but was then heavily damaged in a crash. And finally, I can't help but point out that if a pilot was showing off with such gutsy landings, then the flying instructor at any club would be taking Thomas Crown aside to quietly remind him of the saying that there are bold pilots and there are old pilots, but there are no bold and old pilots. Still, I'd give this scene a 9 out of 10. Next is the 1999 remake of the Thomas Crown Affair that nosedives into a valley of ridiculousness. The film director tried to breathe new life into the previous scene, but quickly butchered it. This time the lovers are together in a lovely high-performance duo discus glider. Pierce Brosnan, please don't unbuckle or loosen your harness so much that you can lean over from the back seat. A brand new trainee soaring 100 feet above a ridge. Apparently the couple hoping to feature in an episode of Seconds from Disaster. And who knows, who's in control? No one is bothering with the keywords my aircraft or your aircraft, but no worries, soon enough it'll be the insurance company's aircraft. Also, if you're hoofing it along at 200 kilometers per hour, there is a lot of wind noise. It is not going to be all quiet and romantic, but the scene ends on a high with a realistic gliding outcome. An outlanding in a farmer's paddock.
Cows. Well, it's okay. We're only about 4 states from your car.
Clawing back some respectability, I'd give this scene a 4 out of 10. Next, I'm reviewing action films that feature actual gliders or powered aircraft that unexpectedly became gliders. Some get it spot on, but others get it all wrong as they try to reinvent gravity. And let me know in the comments if there's any films I've missed that you think I should review.